Is that what you sent me?
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, it's August 2nd, and we are Wellbeing Wednesday, the Happy Health Habits group. I didn't know if you knew that that's what this is called, but Happy Health Habits on Wellbeing Wednesday. And we have our crew here. We have missing people. Give Margot some love, and she's got a friend dying of cancer, so she won't be on today. And I'll try to watch my phone and see if there's anybody else trying to get in. But let's see here. But so welcome. We have a lot to talk about. I wanted to download you about my retreat, of course, and Roxy's here too, so we can talk about that. Convention, they launched some new exciting stuff for everybody that's in. That was also last weekend. That was also, and they launched some new exciting things for people in optimization for muscle building. So I want to just mention that we have a new challenge coming up. There's that to talk about. And then I had some breakthroughs at what did I say? Yeah, retreat. So retreat was one of those. And then we got to talk about your week. So we have a lot to do today. And oh, Dr. Anderson.
Twice.
So everybody breathe because we have lots to talk about. So let's just start by breathing in, breathing out. Use our conscious breathing skills. 5 breaths in and out. Hug yourself a little bit, rub your face. Okay, let's calm it all down. Okay, and remember that what we're doing here is what Dr. Anderson was talking about on Monday, emotional management. Okay, so that was the subject. The symptom of all problems, mental, emotional, physical, financial, and otherwise, is the mismanagement of emotions. And all of your problems, if you can consider this, are a symptom of your inability to manage your emotions. What?
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought that was interesting. He said like the heart disease, diabetes, all
Yep.
that were symptoms.
Yes.
The real problem is emotional mismanagement.
It's true. It's true. So congratulations. You loved yourself enough to live a healthy lifestyle. You are here and you are working it. When we are remember when in our emotions that are destroying our lives because it's causing all of our problems, our amygdala is in charge. So our amygdala is that lizard brain from Life Book, Element 4 and 5, that we want to regulate, co-regulate, and calm down. The amygdala is designed to watch for things that are going to kill us. It's the fear part of our brain. If we're feeling stressed or threatened, it's going to go and cause us to make emotional decisions. So this whole thing we're talking about, getting in sync with our head and our heart, calming the brain down is what that's doing, guys, while you're consciously breathing. And that will help us to become the dominant force in our lives, to go from burned out and worn out to thriving, to make headway in all 6 habits of 6 elements of 6 macro habits. Okay. And put in the chat which one you are working most on for August. So be thinking about, is it healthy habits of eating and hydration? Are you still working on your weight reduction, or are you working on management and really sustaining and optimization? Are you working on your healthy surroundings, the people, places, and things around you? Your movement, are you working on that? Healthy sleep or healthy habits of the mind? So August, let's get a focus for August, fresh start, fresh month. Working on continually getting the habits of disease to be more well-rounded and integrated into our higher levels of consciousness in element 24, and rounding out that optimally healthy day. Okay, so remember, this is our vision for ourselves, this optimally healthy day with the round circle, with as many healthy habits as we can put into play. Okay, that's our vision really for you, and you have your why on the inside of that. Okay, and always remember to, right, it's only through these components, using all 4 parts of the pie, that you're going to get where you want to be, and not just one or the other. It's just make sure you don't short yourself. Right. So So taking that time to breathe. I just want to start off by saying that last week I watched the video of the recording of you people that everybody, Tom, Kathy, Sharon, who else was there? Betty was listening. Margot was there. You did a brilliant job supporting and encouraging each other. So I want to just give you a huge round of applause. Bravo, bravo, bravo. It was absolutely fun. Didn't you think, Carrie? I will say
I did. I watched the recording and I'm like, see, you guys are doing this. And what it taught me was even the shy ones have a lot to say. So sometimes we just have to let them take over because they did so good. Y'all did good on supporting each other.
Absolutely.
It was so encouraging.
Wasn't it? Everybody has a lot to say. It doesn't matter who you are. Your story heals people. And it's that community piece that's so critical, you know, and so important. And, you know, what I realized, guys, I want to show you this and then I'll take it off of here so we can all see each other. I can't see you when I have this thing on. I can't see everybody, but I just have to start off by talking about the retreat. And while I have this picture up, and then we can go into what everybody got out of Monday because it was so jam-packed. But the retreat was beyond fabulous, and I could go on about it the whole hour. But what happens in our small group here, the healing that we have by sharing our stories, we hear ourselves and heal ourselves by being in community together, hearing our, do you know what I'm saying? Sharing your good, bad, and ugly makes someone else's good, bad, and ugly not as bad. And
Yes.
don't you guys think so?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's so critical that we understand that we have more of an impact. Our bad and ugly makes more of an impact on people and helps people more than we ever know. And I have a little reading that I'll share with you guys at some point about bearing witness to your own story. But again, today is jam-packed with stuff, so I won't. Well, I'll probably read that one next time. But let me not do that today. Let me go back.
Hey, can I while you're there, can you do that full screen?
Full screen.
Your thing, yeah, because we're looking at the sidebar thingies too.
Full screen.
Does anyone want to say cheese for the group picture with the team picture? Oop, there it went away. Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop.
There, can you see it now?
Well, now I'm seeing, there we go. Yeah, it's the one. All right, everybody smile. Kathy, I only see your chin.
Let me get those.
There you are. Okay, we're gonna do group screenshot. 1, 2, 3. All right, do another one. Somebody blinked. 1, 2, 3. All right, now we got
Somebody
see
blinked.
group shot, team shot all together. Woohoo!
What
Okay.
I got, the biggest takeaway from the retreat was that you guys are my people and we're all on the same bus.
There's the picture of the bus down there.
You guys are in my bus. And
I love it.
and this is our bus and we're all in the bus together. And you know what? See, these people
Yes.
on this picture, they're all in the bus with us. And here we are in the bus down in the corner. Here's the thing, guys, is, you know, everybody on Facebook and Optimal Life and everybody, you know, we talk on the phone or we might see each other, you know, I make my little videos for you, you know, or we might Zoom here. But when you see people in the Optimal Life group, but man, meeting them up live and personal, now I'm seeing, I met them in person and now I'm seeing them on the Optimal Life group. It's just blowing my mind how personal this is. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
Wendy, I just saw Wendy live. We got to hug each other a couple weekends ago. And Roxy, I got to meet her and put my hands on her. I haven't met Dr. Michelle live yet, but it's the community part is so powerful. And knowing that these guys are all coaches that are here, but they are all just people with their own really bad, ugly stuff going on, just like the rest of us.
Yes.
And that was a healing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And It's just a matter of where you are in the scheme of time. You might be brand new at going to the mental gym and working on yourself. You might be down the road like me, like 3 decades into this, but we just bring each other along at wherever we are in the process. And I love the fact that this just took, you know, it to a whole nother level for me in that whole community piece. It's not just about going to the webinar or listening to the webinar. It's about, you know, really contributing my story. And this challenge, who is in the challenge, put in the chat if you were in or if you contributed. Michelle was a huge contributor. Roxy, Kathy was in it, did it, but wasn't doing the life group, which we figured out today. She missed a piece. Sharon was in every day, and you guys, your contribution and your sharing what you're doing made a huge difference for everyone. Wasn't it fun? The energy in the Optimal Life group. Did you like it, Michelle and Roxy? Was that energy great? And Sharon, what did you guys think about that? Just jump in and say, how was that? Like that challenge, that community challenge where everyone was really participating this time.
It was good. It's fun to see everybody's pictures and see where they're walking and just the struggles that they may have been having for the day, whether it was rain, whether it was heat, or what they did to make it through those two.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really fun. What'd you think, Roxy? And Sharon, you posted every day. Did you like seeing everyone's posts? Is that helpful for you?
Yeah, it's just really encouraging to like, okay, well, I gotta go be ready to do tomorrow.
I gotta remember tomorrow. Yeah, right.
And I was always waiting to see who's going to be Roxy's little doggy walking buddy today.
Yeah.
She has so many, how many different doggies in a month? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Roxy, because you went to convention last year in Atlanta, and then this year you went to team in Pella. So how do you think it compares? The Pella group and the Atlanta group?
How did it compare, Roxy?
Uh-oh, the mic's open, but no sound.
No sound?
Uh-oh. No, it's unmuted, but we couldn't hear you.
I can't. No, she was frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Yeah, okay, now we can hear you.
Okay. Yes. Well, it's kind of different. If you go to convention, you feel like all the time in a party time. Yeah, you get energized. You know, like feel like all the emotion or being in a big thing. But I don't know, this was more close to the heart, more personal. I think on the picture that you see when we are on the fire pit, most of us, we cry with our own stories and with other stories.
Yep.
So I mean, that's different, totally different, but I think we really needed this to get close and as Dr. Amy said, to feel as a team, because we are a small team, and that's the difference. In a big thing, you're lost and you're happy, and I don't know, it's totally different, but
yeah.
We really need that as a coaches to help us grow and to know each other and to know that we can just go through the same pains. It's not just I mean, like sometimes, because I think I'm kind of new, I said like, oh, probably I think like everybody's doing the easy things, like they get clients and like everything is easy for them, but as I know now, it's not easy for no one. All the job that we do, and we have our own
the coaches are still struggling clients.
Yes.
And
that was
they have their own coaches.
Yeah, so like, oh wow, I'm not alone. So I think at one point we feel going alone, but over there, I mean, it's like, wow, everybody's going through the same things, even if they have years of being coaches. So it was really emotional, but I mean, yeah, I was feeling a little sad because I wasn't going to the Atlanta thing.
Yeah, but it
But
was.
then I thought that I really needed this. I really need to how to be a better coach and to see all the how can I say, the resources we have available. I mean, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, we're not plugging into all the resources we have enough, right? We've got
Yeah.
so much available to us to support ourselves and our fellow people, you know, fellow habits of health warriors. And
And did you guys really sit around the campfire and tell your stories?
we did.
Yes.
So we climbed this tower. It was 171 steps. It was 100, like a mile and a half all the way up, and we saw all the way over Red Rock Lake in Iowa, in Pella, Iowa. We went on a tour in the big bus, and then we walked all the way down, and it was really fun because you could see this humongous lake. Like there's two lakes in Iowa. We could see the whole lake up there. And that was really fun to see life from a different vantage point. And then in the morning, we went on a scavenger hunt. That's the picture here in the middle. Roxy and I were on the same team, and we did a run, walk, jog, scavenger hunt at 6 a.m. in the morning. And it's great. You just go online and Google scavenger hunt in the neighborhood, and it's a list of things we went around to find. We got a little shopping time and went to the
Cool.
bakery. We had, I'll be truth be told, confession time. We had a Dutch letter in Pella. It's a Dutch town, so we ate bakery, and then we sat around the fire, and at the end we put in there what we were going to leave behind. We had all worked really hard on what has happened in our journeys. We'd all worked really hard on what has actually occurred for us. What is the transformation that has occurred for us since we started with the Habits of Health, Dr. Anderson and Optavia, and really working on owning it and really acknowledging all of the mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial, wins that you just sort of blow off, right? And so we told our stories around the fire, and it was just amazing to hear everybody's journey and how horrible some of them are and how hard people are, and how wonderful and glorious on the other side. So it was just really healing. And then we threw our past in the fire, and is symbolically, right? But it was wonderful, the whole thing, and we continued to learn and grow. So it was really fun, and it helps me to know that, okay, and this in-person thing really is important. Okay, post-COVID, maybe all the people in Iowa, I need to get my bus together and get my peeps here in Iowa together for, a habit, healthy happy hour. And then in Minnesota, Michelle, you and I and Sandy and all the and Kenzie and Tom, we need to get together up in Minnesota, right? And actually see each other. And so
Yeah, do a couple mini retreats a year.
yeah, so I was kind of excited to, and I was already thinking about that, but I was kind of, it kind of made me excited to plan something in person for everybody. I can't figure out how to get this off now,
Probably hit the escape button.
because there we go. I moved the photos and now I can't get this moved around. So yeah, it made me excited to get everybody together again, and up in Minnesota and here in Iowa, because it really, that community in-person piece is so is really so important. So I'm going to take this off share.
Yeah, I was just looking across the team, and I think I haven't even met Roxy in person, and I think
Yeah.
Amy met in person here, and that Candace I met a couple times. It's been
Yeah.
on before, but yeah, it would be neat.
Yeah, so I'd like to get that together for sure.
I vote for a spring retreat because that's when I'm in the
That's when
country.
you're in town. So we'll do a spring retreat. We'll do fall in Minnesota, because I love fall.
I mean,
in
if y'all want to
Minnesota.
come to Ecuador, but
I'd love to.
Iowa we could do in the winter, because and be outside in Iowa is kind of in the sun in the summer, too hot, too muggy. But anyways, I'll plan a retreat season. That's a good idea. A seasonal retreat somewhere, and so we can get all together. But the one thing that I wanted to share with you is that I love my bus. I love the people on my bus, and the people that want to learn and grow with me are on my bus. You guys are my A team. The people that are just sort of dabbling, the people that don't engage, really the people that want to, like Dr. A talked about, I've been working on in the mental gym for almost 2.5 decades, maybe 3 decades now. And it takes about 10,000 hours per year, 10,000 hours to get expert at something, right? 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything. And that's why things happen like in 10-year increments, like you grow and change 5 and 10-year increments, because you have to practice these things for a long time. Consistency over time, Sharon, that's what you said last week on the video. That was your point. Consistency over time is what equals transformation and sustainability. And that's exactly what's happened. And, you know, it hit me like a freight train when I was there. We were working on our stories that we did a timeline of our lives. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we did a timeline of our lives and all the ups and downs in our lives. And when I started, you guys, I can't even tell you, 10, 15 years ago, I literally was bankrupt emotionally, mentally, physically. And you probably haven't heard my story in a long time, but I can't really, I don't really realize how far I've come. I had chronic panic and anxiety disorder. I hated my mother. I had no relationship with her. I was estranged, you know, from them. Terrible codependency issues all my life. Emotional eating, yo-yo dieting. I got my practice. I was $500,000 in debt. Okay, I was horrible at managing money. My husband did everything. I still don't know how to balance a budget. I was horrible financially. Physically, I started to implode. I got autoimmune diseases. I got digestive issues. I got food intolerances. I don't know if you remember my story, but I got then a liver tumor and thyroid autoimmune. I got thyroid cancer, and then I had a liver tumor that was 10 pounds. My health was in the tanks. Oh, and I gained 40 to 50 pounds too, by the way. Right. And was constantly from white knuckling it from one diet to the next, trying to keep that weight off. Right.
Yeah.
And trying to manage my life. Oh, and then my husband fell off the wagon and I found out he was an alcoholic. Oh, really? Okay. No wonder why things are so crazy in my life. And right. And then he goes into treatment. And then I don't share this stuff, but life sucked. I mean, it literally sucked. And I loved what I did. I love being a chiropractor. I'm very passionate. I'm very, you know, I love my profession, but my life was sucking in every way. And every way. And I loved my patients. I loved my practice, but it was killing me too, because I didn't have the emotional resiliency. I was panicked and fear all the time. My anxiety was so high. My stress was so high. It was killing me physically. So and my 10-pound liver tumor, you guys, was anger and bitterness and resentment from all my life sitting in my body. That's what it was. And the thyroid cancer too, because your body tells the story. It holds the score. All this emotional stuff, your body, it keeps it inside. So this is the most important thing. This is not at all about what you're eating and how you're moving. These little challenges are just fun to keep us focused, but it's not the game. The game is going to the mental gym every single day and going to the gym in your mind, going, what am I feeling and why, every single day. And I have been doing that for 20 years, for sure, for 20 years, maybe even 30, 20 years. And I am a completely new person in every way, shape, and form. And the last 4.5 years with Habits of Health and Dr. Anderson has just quadrupled my improvement over the last 20 to 30 years. I mean, this 4 years, so much change has happened. It's been insane. I'm back in relationship with my mom. All my finances are taken care of. I have a sober, happy husband. I've never had a better relationship in my life with him. I can't believe my mother and I my tumors are gone. My health is great. I'm looking better, feeling better. I'm back in a size 8 for God's sake. What is that all about? Had no idea that I could ever wear my wedding dress.
Oh, wow.
Right? So like I wore my wedding dress this year. What is going on? Like I got that thing on. I don't know. It's just crazy. And so I didn't realize, I just really wasn't present to the fact that this 4.5 years, I feel like I need a graduate. Roxy, like I said around the campfire, I feel like I need a graduation cap and gown because I feel like I've graduated to a new level. But yeah, and my stinking thinking and my sleeping at night. Oh, I never even mentioned I didn't sleep at night, hardly ever. 4 hours,
Yeah.
4 hours at best. So you know what? Life is great compared
Yeah.
to what it was. And it's not always perfect, of course, but life is good if you keep going to the mental gym. So that was what Monday was all about. So commit to that and everything will change. My life is completely polar. I can't tell you how when I do that well-being evaluation for myself, I can score myself really pretty darn high in all of those areas of mental, emotional, and financial well-being. Sometimes I send you that well-being evaluation and we update it and we look and we sharpen the saw and we figure out what area do we need to focus on, go back to the mat, reinstall another habit. And that's I did that too this weekend and I was really happy with my scores. And so it does work, but it's a daily commitment, right, Tom? Daily commitment.
Yes, it is.
And so anyway, I'm thrilled because I now realized, how far I've come, and I'm going to share my story differently. I was sharing a 4 and a 5 and 10-year-old story. Now I'm going to share the reality of how bad I was and how good it is, because I've been leaving that out. And I need to share that with people because, and David said, he said, if we don't pay it forward and if we don't tell people how bad it was and how good it is now, they're missing out because we got to pay it forward. Does that make sense? People are going to bed at night crying because they are just looking for a solution. And really we're it. We have it. So I'm looking next at the new active challenge. There's a new product coming out for people who want to build muscle mass. Anyone 40 and above is losing muscle as they speak. So they're going to come out with essential amino acids and protein powders. I'll just touch on this. Coaches are going to start on it and we're going to start using it and start seeing how it works for us. I'm thrilled because my workouts are completely flat and I need to work on my muscle tone big time. I haven't changed my workout in years. So I'm excited about this. So keep going. I'm trying to hold on to my muscle as best I can. Now I'm 53 and I can see it going, right? So I'm excited about this for us, for me personally, for my husband, and really for clients as well. So anybody can use it, of course, and it'll be compliant with 5 and 1 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 3. So they came out with that at convention. So that's something to look forward to in the fall. And then we've got the new challenge starting on Monday called Let's Move It, I think it's called. And it's just a habits tracker, a habits in tracking, setting your own goals. So anyone can come, family, friends. So the more community you have around you and people that are getting healthy around you, the better. So I encourage you to invite your family and friends to get on your bus. Because if they're not on your bus, they're in a car, they're lagging behind, whatever, they need to be on your bus. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the future and what's to come next. And the element 24 is about those levels of consciousness, 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you haven't read element 24, make sure you go ahead and do that based on Monday night. This is a really cool element because level 1 is you're in survival, feeding your own self-esteem. You're doing everything looking through life in your own eyes and you're operating from your ego. Level 2 is self-actualization. And that's where you're exploring what you really want out of life as an individual and what's best in really identifying what you want and who you are. And level 3 is integrating yourself, becoming more emotionally literate. more in control of your best interest and those around you. And the highest level is having no struggles at all. And you actually are, you having life happen through you, not for you. You're not struggling with life. You're just flowing along with life. So I'm not there completely yet, but I can touch in that phase. And that's where we start to develop spiritually and spiritually as well in level 4. So I feel like I dabble in level 4 and I kind of vacillate between 3 and 4. So check that out and see what level of consciousness you can put yourself in right now. And see where you are, and then just keep moving forward from there. And Roxy, they did an analogy of a rope, right? Your past, don't get tangled up in it, cut it off, let it go. Only keep the future and look forward to that, okay? Don't get tangled up in the rope from the past. Let it go. You can't change it. What is this? And if this was 10 years and this was 10 years, right? Let the last 10 years go. Decide on what the next 10 is. So
Yeah, what is Dr. A always saying? The best gift to yourself is don't try to change the past, because you can't.
Yep, because you can't. Absolutely. So what'd you guys get out Monday night? Betty, Sharon, I know you all, Michelle, what'd you guys get out of Monday night?
Go ahead,
I can't
Kathy.
think-
Go ahead and open up your
Anybody
mic
just
there.
chime in.
Oh, Kathy, go ahead and open your mic. Oh, Sandy says she's in the same topic on a Bible study. Don't look back.
Yep.
Look forward. Love it.
Okay,
ahead,
I'm
Kathy.
unmuted now.
Yep.
I loved that when Dawn said that she was living in dis-ease. It wasn't disease, it was dis-ease. And I
Yep,
think
yep.
sometimes, I mean, we all do that. And I'd never heard it quite put like that before.
Yep. And Dr. Michelle, you can, that's a chiropractic thing. We've said that for decades. Are you in a state of dis-ease or disease? All right, we do that a lot. Do you use that in your practice, Michelle?
Yeah, occasionally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What'd you get out of, did you listen to Monday or the recording yet?
I have not. Nope.
Not yet.
I haven't gotten to, so.
What did you get out of the challenge, the walking challenge?
Oh, just all the habit again. So getting back into a daily movement. And I was just over at my neighbor's yesterday. She said, "Thank you so much for posting that. That's so fun to see what you're posting every day, where you're going, what you're doing." So
Super.
mhm.
Super.
It is. It's inspiring to people, Michelle. What you've been posting is inspiring.
Right.
And it encourages other people. That's why sharing is caring, guys. Sharing is caring. It's not bragging, it's caring. Betty, Kathy, did you have anything else from Monday? I know you watched it. You said you
Yeah,
liked it.
I took a bunch of notes. I'm just kind of going through it. Just taking your power back, that, you know, you have responsibility. It's your responsibility. You're responsible for what happens in your life. And again, you know, they really talked a lot about the drama triangle. And I love that little piece that Dr. A showed. You know, it's all about being right, but we don't have to be right. We don't have to get caught up in that, you know, in that drama. And then again, what you said today too is really good. I love that quote about, you know, having sight but no vision.
Uh-huh.
That was very profound. I sent that on to a couple people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Helen Keller, and from Helen Keller, blind, hello,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
has better vision, but it's the mental vision that goes with it. That really got me too. That was a good one, Kathy.
Yeah.
And he
What's
was
your
talking about how many people, you know, their BMI is way over, and mine was over, you know, until I started to drop some weight here. And it said that it takes 14 years off your life. I mean,
yes.
that scared me, to, you know, too. 14 years? Whoa.
Yep. Every 50 pounds over, yeah, your BMI, 14 years off your life. And what do you say, by 2030, in 7 years, 25%
Yeah.
of our country will not be morbidly obese, they'll be in a new category called extreme obesity.
Yeah, that was
Uh-uh.
really scary.
A new category, guys.
That's sad. I
Yep.
kind of like skip that part.
Yep. Yep. Yep, it's sad. Sharon, what'd you get? That's what we gotta
all-
keep Sharon and Sharon. That's a big.
all of the above, but I just marked the way to change is in your mind. You enhance the chances of living longer. And just Dr. A's, what he was doing was he was keeping people from dying, but reacting to disease.
Mhm.
He was treating people's diseases.
Yep. As a critical
Yeah.
care MD, he was treating their diseases.
Yeah, I like how he said that. It may have kept them from dying, but it didn't help them live
Yeah.
Okay.
better life. So he's changing from health, the system, it has to focus on health, not on the disease.
And
That's
Carrie,
so
that-
profound.
to your point, I think that's where he mentioned that every symptom, every emotional, mental mismanaged thing everything you're dealing with is a symptom, right? Isn't that where he said it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the big diseases are actually symptoms of the underlying, and that's what he's working on now. The lifestyle, focus on living it and enjoying life and getting more out of life. And like you were saying, Amy, even getting to the point of optimization, different levels of health, but focus on the health.
Mm-hmm. And Carrie takes notes and emails them. So if you guys want
Sometimes.
notes, I think she sent them to you, Betty.
Oh,
Carrie,
did she?
What was your
Yay.
favorite story? They had some really powerful people on asking questions, and there was a lot of tears on Tuesday, was there not? Yeah. What was your favorite story, Sharon, Carrie? Anyone else there on Tuesday?
I think everybody was balling on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I missed Tuesday. So what was Tuesday about?
It was something else. So he talks for his 20 minutes and then everybody gets in queue and talks to him directly. And and you guys do it because he is real. He's there talking to you. This one gal got on and talked about how she literally witnessed her child dying, getting hit by a drunk driver. And how does she emotionally get over this? How does she stop, challenge, and choose her way through that? Right?
Yeah, and I really appreciated the Dr. A is so balanced on that. He's like, I'm not a psychotherapist, get professional help.
You need help.
Because she thought she could stop, challenge, choose through a major life's trauma. And, the PTSD was not going away. But in general, what all of us are in general working on, he gave us the 3 points, for changing our living, stop fighting with life, but start living it. So switching your thoughts, having more willful thoughts instead of just the automatic chatter.
Yes.
I'm not good enough, I can't do this, that goes around in circles all day long. Throw in a mantra, your word or phrase that's going to flip that switch to focus on the positive, and have your catchphrase, just relax and breathe, or I've got this, or whenever you feel something coming up, like Amy always says, just do a quick little hug and breathe. And that's the same thing he's saying. It works. And then
focus on the focus on something small that you can, right? Small that you can.
Right. Yeah, don't work on the major traumas.
Right.
If you have major traumas, you probably should be seeking outside help. And he's very balanced about that. And then the third level stage is when we can observe and be the witness to our life, to the event that's happening. Relax and release. Don't judge. Don't make a story about it.
Yes.
And he had several pointers just in that, And when we can do that, then we can flow with life's river, and the little swirling eddies and rocks are not going to take us under every time.
So start with something little that agitates you, like the traffic or your kid in the morning, or, you know, your husband doing this or that, or the laundry, like something small like that, and start with trying to manage the emotion around that small thing that you know just triggers you all the time. And to your point, you said have a mantra, right? He said relax and release, right?
And that can be your mantra, relax and
that
release.
can be your mantra. I literally have a rubber band around my wrist all the time. It has my mantra on it. Relax, release, reset, replace. Relax, release, reset, replace. Thy will be done. Thy will be done is the other one. That's a good one too. Breathe. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. Whatever you want it to be, something that just calms you down. And stop, breathe, challenge yourself to think why it is you're feeling that way, and then make your choice. Kathy, you did a brilliant job with that at your party with the sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Give us
hard.
those 4 R's again. I got the
What's that?
last 2. I finally found my pen.
You found your pen?
My pen. Now I can write it down.
Awesome. Yeah, so you put your mantra on a rubber band around your wrist, and you can snap yourself if you get out of control.
What are your 4 words? I
Huh?
need your 4 words.
Relax, release, replace, reset. Thy will be done is one of them. I've got what would Jesus do on the back? So it could be thy will be done, thy will be done, whatever you want. That's another good one I heard.
Yeah. And like you said, the snapping is to
Yes.
like, oh, I'm getting triggered, snap
I'm
the
getting
reminder.
triggered.
But
Stop it.
and I think the reason there was a lot of crying with Dr. A this week is because he was reminding us that anytime we're triggered by something or we react, that's our stored trauma trying to get out, and it kind of explodes out. So we need to slow release it out, control things that we can control. But everybody was bringing up big traumas.
Everybody had a
He's
big
like,
trauma.
whoa. But you know,
Yeah.
he talked about his big trauma too. His wife died, and
Yep.
you know, and he was there, and he's
Yep.
the critical care physician and
He
couldn't
had,
save her
he had to
life. So
intubate
that's
his
trauma.
own wife. He had to intubate his own wife.
He
Yeah.
talked about that on Monday night, and I'd
Yeah.
never heard that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I'm like, what's up with the ER kid that couldn't do it, but he was
Yeah.
all calm and cool and did that. If that ain't big trauma, but see, then he works through it. And he talked about something else that
Yeah.
his daughters needed therapies, their boat burned or something. I missed that. And he told them they need therapy, and they got therapy. And he said he didn't need it because he'd been working through stuff already.
Yeah.
But so when you need it, big, T traumas, if you need therapy, get it. Even Dr. A says so. But all these other stop, challenge, and choose, these work on our daily things, but just notice what comes up.
Yeah. Don't be
Observe.
afraid of the emotion, and feel it and let it out. And like a valve, like you said, let open the valve, let it out, right? Do your crying, journal out your emotions, scream and kick if you need to, whatever it is. But we've got to learn to, and then page 474 to 476, guys. I have been working on this diligently for 2 years. You've got to ask yourself these questions. Okay, when you're having these emotional attacks, raise your consciousness. What am I feeling? What's going on here? What do I need to do? What aligns with my values? What is going to serve me? What outcome do I want? You have to think your way through your behavior. Remember, did anyone catch the 3 things you can control on the webinar? There's 3 things you can control in your thinking. Did anyone catch that? I thought this was really good. I took notes on this. You can
Maybe,
only
but I don't
control
remember.
your perception, your decision,
Yeah.
and your behavior. That's the only thing you can control in your head.
Sam
And
again?
your perception, your decisions, and your behavior in your head. That's the only thing you can. And it also, everything in your life starts with that: your perception, your decision, and your behavior. Every outcome in your life, and that makes perfect sense. And the first guy that talked on Monday night, he had me at hello. That his story was mine. He said, I looked at my life and went, I'm a mess. And it was because of my emotions. I was angry, I was bitter, I was yada yada, and I could see it all over my life. And it's the truth, right? It's absolutely the truth. Tom, did you have a win of the week you wanted to share, or Sandy? You guys go walking lately up there in Minnesota?
I have kayaked and walked 3 to 7 miles every day for a very long time. Even when I had
Wow.
COVID, even when it's 90
Good
degrees,
girl.
I set it. I'd never set an alarm. I set an alarm to get up at 6 in the morning and kayak before the wind came up or before the heat came up. That's the only thing. It's the only thing I've managed to be successful. Well, and sleeping. The nutrition and the hydration are just out the window. But other pieces are okay. And the relationship with my mom and my daughter are going really well.
Great.
And,
so it's not out the window. It's just you have to stop. What am I perceiving? And what am I deciding? And what is my behavior going to be? It's just, you just go to the mat. Go to the mat with your mental gym. When you are off your eating, well, why is that? Okay.
but I have to share a super win. Steve and I watched Super Size Me together, the video, Super Size Me, the movie. Okay, that's like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. No more soda in the house, in his body. It's not purchased. He doesn't sneak it at the fast food
Wonderful.
place. 0 soda.
That's huge.
So there's a win.
Yeah, it's a huge win. You see, and what I'm seeing here, Sandy, is you've got big wins in emotional management. You just said daughter, mother, husband, your environment. So the other things will fall into place.
Absolutely.
You will focus and attention on them, but you are working on the things that most people avoid.
That's the element of the habits of healthy surroundings, your relationships.
Yes.
You have been working, you've gone to the mat with that, and it's great. And it's working, right?
And I even, okay, we found boxes of toys and Charlotte's school papers from when she was preschool on up. When she was here, we looked through them.
And you let them go.
She didn't want them. I thought, I haven't looked at them for 20 years. I want them, but I can't keep them. They're out the window. Every once in a while, these twins like, oh, why did you do that? But for the most part, they're gone, and it's okay.
Yep.
It's okay. That was a big one. That was huge for me.
You let that go.
Yeah.
You let that go. That's awesome. What about you, Tom? Any wins of the week? You're quiet today. And then Betty, I want you to share about what happened to you last week.
I'm still working on movement. I have to get in the process of moving more and walking more. So that's my big.
Oh, you got muted again. And then you're working on your hydration and nutrition really well, right? You got back on track with that. Awesome. Awesome. Let go of the past, right? Just focus on what's ahead. And then Wendy, you said you needed a reset. What do we need to work through something here together? What reset do you need?
I don't have time right now. I was just gonna say I got to jump up pretty soon.
Okay.
But I should set up time with you for one-on-ones again.
Okay.
It's just a new month and I'm needing to make some plans.
Okay. Well, let's do a well-being evaluation and go through what happened. Until then, what happened, what's missing, what can what's next, right? What did you want to have happen? What's next? Let's go. Let's set a time. Okay. Text me. All right. Yeah. And we'll find a time.
yeah, any of the emails have Amy's Calendly and the eval. See, even Amy did an eval this weekend. So
Yep.
on the
Do the
retreat.
wellbeing evaluation if you need a
So
reset. and
that's
we'll-
for anyone and everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And Susan, oh, yay, Sue, she's another coach and she's lost 40 pounds recently. So that's hi Sue, glad you're here.
Yay.
Betty, tell everybody what happened to you when you missed Wednesday last week and you were so upset.
Yes.
And your wins for the week have been humongous. She's working the steps like a student who's paid for every single class.
But the life of hard knocks. I paid in the wrong way. Now I'm benefiting because I'm following and doing what I'm supposed to do.
You're working the class like a college class.
Yes, I am. And the professor is a fierce one. I want to make sure I get it right. But last week when I tried to get on, there was no sound. I could not get sound anyway. And I could see talking and laughing and enjoying. And just like today, all this fun stuff. And I was here all by myself and nobody was talking to me. But I really noticed it during the week because when I take away from here, I jot down little notes. You say a little pearl, I write it down. And that comes back during the week. And especially Wednesday and Thursday and part of Friday too, is that stinking thinking would come in. And it's like, what am I doing down this path? Get back over here. I didn't have your voices. I didn't have your wisdom, the pearls that you give me that I hold on to. And I just really, I really noticed it. And I was telling Dr. Amy before, it was like you have a stone wall and someone took a stone right out of the middle of it. And the wall didn't collapse, but it felt just shaky and uneven and I don't want to think, well, why can't I have just a little bit of real thin spread of butter over my blueberry muffin, and otherwise I don't think like that. With this program, I do not ever even think about that. But it was stuff like that. And it's like, no, stop it. Don't think that. So now I got to get a rubber band and write all this stuff on there in itty bitty letters so I can But I really,
Sandy's stamping.
yeah, look at you, good girl, Sandy. But I was here and watching, but I couldn't hear, I couldn't speak, and what a difference it made during the week. So now this week I'm up here on cloud 9. I don't have to worry this week. This is a good week, so yeah, I've got your backing. So
yeah,
and that's why we record everything too, Betty.
Yes,
I
yes.
wanted
You write in and we'll get you the recording if you
I
missed
wanted
it.
you guys to know what a difference it made for her. And because you all, and she texted me over the retreat weekend and I cried when you texted me. She says, I really miss this week not being able to share and listen to the Wednesday group. Already it has made a great impact. Plus they know without having me to explain anything. There are things I choose to never do again. And there are trigger foods I never choose to pull the trigger on myself again. I know what they are and I don't have to explain to the Wednesday group. They will never argue with me. They understand why and they don't make me wrong for it, essentially. What freedom. I love this program.
Oh, yeah,
So
I
that's
do.
Love you too, Betty.
Yes.
Glad you're on the bus.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you. I'm on the bus. Yes.
She's on the
You
bus.
may have to push my rear end up those steps, but I'm on the
You're
bus.
there.
You're on the bus. All right. So everybody get who do you want on your bus? Invite them to, right? Do the let's get moving. Let's I think they're called Let's Get Moving challenge.
Yeah, stay active, movement.
And and it can be anything they want. They don't have to be a client. They don't have to buy anything. Just get anybody you want on your bus and we'll figure out how to get them plugged in to the challenge and on the right page, right, Kathy?
Right.
on the Optimal Life page, and so they can win, win prizes and stuff too. So
Yeah, just think how much better August is gonna be than July was, Kathy. I mean, July was great, but August is gonna be even better.
And Kathy posted her story recently. I don't know if you saw it. Maybe I did. I have to share it to the Optimal Life group, but she hit her goal weight by her birthday already early.
Oh, wonderful.
Early. Woo.
Wonderful.
Yeah, share the links whenever you guys post so we can all see it.
What was that, Kathy? 20 pounds by your
I'm
birthday?
still
You
catching
hit
up
it.
from
That's by my
last
birthday,
week's
and
post.
now I want to do 30. I'm
She's
still
going for
inspired.
10 more.
This girl's on fire.
That girl's on fire, and she's working on getting her neighbor on the bus.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So yeah, that girl's on fire. So you guys just keep lighting it up. And Sharon, she's got a million friends on her bus. She's got people following her. She's got invitations out. She's talking to all her friends and inspiring the pan. Anything, Sharon, did you have a struggle this week as we round up? Did you do good? What day are you
Struggle or
on,
win,
sugar?
or win.
What day are you on sugar free?
I'm not exactly sure.
You
It's not
lost
that
count?
I haven't, it's not that I haven't kept track, but I just know I have it. So I have to go back on the calendar.
Now.
I mean,
That blows, you know
I-
what? That blows my mind. You know what that tells me? You're becoming unconsciously competent.
Yeah.
okay, I guess that's what it is.
That's the fourth phase of learning. When you're unconsciously doing something, you're becoming competent unconsciously. That's a real habit.
Basically a Jedi master.
You're a Jedi master.
I mean, yeah, we
You
had
got that
another-
habit. Whew, part of your life.
Yep.
we,
Yep.
had
And
a-
I do the same thing. I do under 6 grams. I make sure to, I've done all the label reading. I don't buy all this stuff anymore because that was what I did too with you, Sharon. I did make sure to do under 6 grams of added sugar a day. And that's the American Heart Disease recommendation. And for men, it's under 9. And tell you what, it is not easy. And until you educate yourself and read labels and really craft your grocery schedule around it, you can still eat carbs, guys. It's about eating added sugars. Okay. And now, now my sweet treats are frozen bananas, frozen prunes, frozen dates, baked apples. Like, my sweet treats are different, frozen black cherries are the bomb. Frozen fruit is the bomb. Okay. These are my sweet treats. There's no added sugar in there. Okay. There is.
You know what someone said about me the other day? It's like, everybody has a candy bar in their purse. Carrie has a pork chop. But it's like, yeah, give me the protein bar. At most gatherings, I'd much rather take an extra hunk of meat than a nasty, gross piece of cake.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Any day. Any
But
day.
this is confirmed sugaraholic here.
Truly, you know what I do even? I put cans of sugar and tuna in my dehydrator and dehydrate it so I don't have to have a can and it's dried. I got protein.
See?
Yeah.
And I've learned that it satiates the brain, the blood sugars, and then I don't have the cravings as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie and I carry on pork chops and meat in our bags. It's hilarious. Anyways, I love you guys.
Good.
You're doing awesome. And just go to the mental mat every single day. And over time, you'll become a Jedi master. Moi? We'll see
Tell
you.
your friends to get on the bus. We'll see you next Wednesday. Bus
See you
stops
then.
here
Don't
every
forget to
Wednesday.
watch your recordings, everybody. Watch your recordings.
Okay.